I am far more domestic than Wanda is. Wanda could not make her way around that kitchen at all.
Do you wear an apron?
I tuck a towel into my pants.
That sounds like a loincloth. Thank you so much for doing this. I know these days are a little bit long and strange. I have to tell you, this was so much fun. And clearly what fans can gather from the trailer is that you guys are married. But what we don't get to see, I don't think, is the best wedding gift you guys received.
Oh, the best wedding gift, because we didn't have that wedding gift. Well, Agnes does bring over a plant.
That's true.
That plant is in every episode.
That actually brings me to one of my questions about neighbors. I mean, part of the fun of watching this is just remembering how great life was back in the day and how simple and easy it was when people could come over to each other's homes and bring a gift. Have you ever had that happen? Have you ever moved in somewhere and you had this great neighbor who just showed up and filled you in on their life story and gave you a gift?
You know, I oddly have had that experience where I live now. I have the greatest neighbors. Yeah. Her grandkids go to the school that I went to, and her daughter-in-law is my 7th grade English teacher. So I actually have that neighbor, Shelly. Shout out to Shelly.
What was the best thing Shelly brought over as a little housewarming gift?
She brought over something to eat. I can't remember what it was because it was a few years ago, but she always keeps me up to date on my old alma mater.
That is so sweet. That's rare too. Gosh. Well, speaking of food, Wanda definitely sort of knows her way around the kitchen in this. That's the other great thing. She's got the apron on. She's very domestic. How domestic are you? And has this pandemic actually made you a little more domestic?
I am far more domestic than Wanda is. Wanda could not make her way around that kitchen at all. I am a nester, so I'm a hoster and a nester. I love having friends over, and I spend every day cooking. It's just how I've always been.
Do you wear an apron?
I tuck a towel into my pants.
That sounds like a loincloth if you took a towel. One of the other pleasant surprises, and again, I don't even know what to really ask you because you can't give anything away and you don't want to, but there are some fun scenes where in the middle of the shows, there are TV ads that pop up. And again, we're all stuck watching TV at home. Have you ever purchased something because you saw it on an ad on TV?
I've always thought about it. I remember, I think it was before TVs became, 400 channels or whatever they are now. And almost all of them would just have, like, after 10 p.m. would just have their recurring ad. And so I think it was like the Bullet or something that I always thought, oh, I better get those, or, the scissors that can cut through pennies, or, whatever it is.
Can I tell you, I actually sold those scissors that could cut through pennies. That was one of my
first. Did you really?
Yep,
I think my
Cutco knives
did too.
Yep, they can cut right through pennies. Yeah, Cutco knives. The presidential set or the galley set +8. If you could plop your characters, if you could plop Vision and Wanda into a sitcom or a show that you're currently watching now, what would that be?
Peaky Blinders. I'm watching Peaky Blinders now, and I think if they were dropped in their 50s gear, Peaky Blinders, it would be so strange and silly, and that would be very entertaining to me.
Well, hopefully you can help us understand some of what Tom Hardy says. That guy's accent, I always need subtitles for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's how everyone feels, I think.
I do. Do you?
But the live audience, what I loved even more than the laughter was the ahs, or the occasional reactions that you don't expect, or any live audience reaction that threw you a little bit.
I think we had laughs in moments where we didn't think we were going to have laughs. Mm-hmm. And so it forced us to like pause when we didn't think there was going to be a pause. And we just it felt incredible to be in front of a live audience shooting a sitcom, because I just don't know if I'll ever get that chance again. It was very special.
Oh, this whole thing is special. Hey, thank you. Fans are going to love it. Have a great day,
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Thanks, you
Congratulations
too.
on everything. Stay safe.
Thank
And
you.
the last time I talked to you for Uncle Frank, my computer froze like 8 times and I got a brand new computer. So I'm super excited.
Well done, Tara.
Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. So I'm just glad it's working. First of
Oh,
all,
no.
this is so much fun. I can't even tell you. And of course, I'm a little bit older, so I grew up with a lot of this stuff. I know that you loved
I grew up with
sitcoms.
that stuff.
Well, which is a sitcom? What's a sitcom that you loved that if you could inject the two of you in, you would do it? Because you can't use all of them, obviously, in this series. What's one that you think was overlooked that you would have loved to have seen that world?
Well, you know what? Well, here's the thing. So I watched American sitcoms on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings after church and before sports. So so there was a lot of Dick Van Dyke Show in my life, and a lot of I Love Lucy, and a lot of Brady Bunch, and and actually Family Ties. But by the time we got to Malcolm in the Middle and Modern Family, I was already working by that point and out the door. So I don't think I had to catch up on those.
Okay.
But so they were, so American sitcoms were a big part of my childhood anyway, but there were also things, British ones like Only Fools and Horses. And to see, that would be really funny, is to have Wanda and Vision in Only Fools and Horses would be great.
You know what I think has been overlooked in the coverage of WandaVision is all the theme songs you're going to get that were created for this. What was the theme song? You know, it's funny you mentioned Family Ties. That Silver Spoon's theme song I still can sing. Verbatim. What was your favorite one?
Well, God, that's just not fair, because they are all so well pastiched in this in our show. I don't want to give anything away, but we really go to town on the our credit sequences, and I really wish that we were going to sing one of them, but there ended up just not being enough time for us to get into a studio.
Hey, that you can always do it once this whole thing is over. You never know. I don't want to give anything away. I will say that Vision does not like being confined to a desk job. That's all I'll say. What's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh, the worst job I ever had I worked in a fish and chip shop, and I peeled potatoes day and night in a chip shop. And then I was brought out in front of into the front of the restaurant, and I was made to fry the fish. And I had this Greek boss, and he would laugh at me because his fingers were so hardened that he was able to pull the fish out of the burning fat, burning oil with his fingers, and then he would get me to do it, and I would scream, and he would just laugh at me and say something in Greek, which I didn't know what it meant.
Well, you know what? I hope he sees how successful you've become since then.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
I hope he gets a chance to see that. I know they just wrapped me, but I wanted to ask you quickly, have you ever purchased something on television? Because the other nice thing is they've got these ads that kind of pop up, you know, for things that you'd buy after watching the ad on TV. Have you ever purchased something after seeing that thing on television, an ad? Can I get sucked into that?
Yes, I absolutely have. In fact, my daughter and I, my wife and I, bought for my daughter what's called an aero garden. And an aero garden, you can grow your own vegetables at home. So it's a really good pandemic gift, by the way, because you can grow fresh vegetables, and lots of them, and it's 5 times faster than growing them in soil. It's fantastic. It's really great fun.
Okay, so you're going to do to that what George Clooney did to the Floby after he mentioned it on television. I'm getting stock now.
Go get it. It's fantastic.
Okay, I will. Hey, great to see you. Congratulations on this. It's a ton of fun. Hope to do these in person eventually.
Yeah, one day.
One day. Thanks, Paul.
You take care. Bye.